This has been a historical year for movies, and It Chapter 2 might be added to that list. Yes, indeed. It Chapter 2. We're going to be talking about it today. My most hyped movie of the year. Now, why is it my most hyped of the year? You're telling me you're more hyped for this than Spider-Man Far From Home, Star Wars Episode 9, and The Lion King? Yes, indeed I am. Because if you should know by now, if you've been on my channel long enough, you should know by now that is the first movie, the 2017 one, is my favorite horror movie ever made. And Andy Muschietti is my favorite horror director. And by gosh, I just love that movie. The main reason I give it so much credit is because that's the movie that got me to love horror films again. For the longest time before that, I never loved horror films. I thought they were good. I thought there was a couple that were great, like Shining, and I liked Silence of the Lambs doesn't really count. Psycho, of course, but that doesn't really count either. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of horror movies that grabbed my attention. But when I found out they were making a remake of It, like an actual movie, not a miniseries, like an actual thing, and Andy Muschietti was doing it, who did Mama, which I loved, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great. And my gosh, it was fantastic in every way. It made me laugh. It made me tear up. It freaked me out. The jump scares were perfectly timed. The direction was perfect. Everything about that first movie was perfect. Unfortunately, though, as much as I loved the It movie, the first one, and it's my favorite horror movie of all time, it's also the highest grossing, it still didn't get a 10 out of 10 for me. I still didn't give it a 10 out of 10. As much as I love that movie, I never given a horror movie a 10 out of 10. Not even that one. I gave that a 9.8. That's right. My favorite horror movie of all time doesn't get a 10 out of 10. I know that's hard to believe, but I mean, for me, I just never seen a horror movie that gets a 10 out of 10 because every horror movie seems to have a slight flaw to it that kind of I don't give it a 10 out of 10 for. Like either some of the jump scares didn't work or some of the direction didn't work. Like as amazing as it is, it still had a couple flaws in it which made me not give it a 10 out of 10. I can notice the flaws in that movie, but I still love the movie so much. That's why I gave it such a high score, but I couldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because to me it had some flaws in it that gave me not give it a 10 out of 10. But then you're like, wait a second. You gave Avengers Endgame a 10 out of 10, and that had some flaws in it. Well, the pros outweighed the cons there, so I kind of had to give 10 out of 10 for that. But, I mean, geez. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying It Chapter 2 could really make history here for multiple reasons. Not just for me, but for the movie community in general. Because if you didn't know, there hasn't been a rated R movie that's gotten $1 billion. That's right. In the history of film, not one single rated R movie has gotten $1 billion at the box office. That's kind of crazy to believe, right? Not Deadpool 2, not the It movie, not the first Deadpool, not Matrix Reloaded. None of them has gotten $1 billion. Crazy, right? But It Chapter 2, it could do it. It really could do it. But not just that. It could become the first horror movie that I give a 10 out of 10 to. And here's why. I'm going to explain to you in a sec why. I mean, there's many reasons why this could make history. For one, Andy Muschietti, think about this for a sec. He wasn't even trying on that first movie. That's hard to believe. He wasn't even going all out. If you can believe me on that. He just made this movie for the pure of heart, to see, because he loved the book so much. He wanted to do something special with the book, and he did. He had his own twist to it. He had his own style to it. And he made the book even better. That's what's amazing about that adaptation, is that it's like The Shining. It's actually better than the book. It's unbelievable. But think about this. Andy Muschietti only had $37 billion budget on that movie? Or something like that, $35 million. It Chapter 2 has double the budget. It Chapter 2 has $70 million. Twice as much as the budget as the first one. That's crazy. And Andy Muschietti's going all out for this. He wasn't even going out with the first one. Neither was Bill Skarsgård. Think about that. Bill Skarsgård, the guy that plays Pennywise, who I think should have got an Oscar for that role. He was flipping fantastic, but, even he wasn't going all out. He was just doing what he naturally does. Unbelievable. You're telling me they weren't even trying on this? Like, what? The first one? Oh my gosh. What are they going to do with the second one? Bro, the trailer got me hyped. You know, if you want, or I'll try to put the link to my reaction to the trailer. At the end of the trailer, I freaked out because the ending of the It Chapter 2 trailer is magnificent. I was blown away. Now, the first two parts of the trailer were kind of boring. It was built up to the end, but, the actual movie's going to be flipping phenomenal, so who cares? But, yeah. My point is, It Chapter 2 can really make history here. I honestly feel like this movie can make $1 billion. I mean, the first one, think about it. The first one made $700 million. It Chapter 2 is actually, it's a big deal. Because think about it. Not only do you have all the Andy Muschietti and Bill Skarsgård coming back, you got a bunch of name-brand actors. You got Bill Hader and James McAvoy and Jessica McChaskin playing the Losers Club. You got all these awesome actors. I mean, bro, there's no way this movie can possibly fail. Like, honestly, it's just... Because think about it. Nobody has been able to do the second part right. Like, the second part of the book, I think, is better than the first part. I know people are going to scream, oh, the first part of the book is better, Tate. Well, you're going to say ding dong. No, the second part's better. It's just that the old miniseries couldn't do the second part right. The second part of the miniseries sucked. And the first part was great. But great, it's not as good as the first movie of it. But, And my point is, they weren't able to do it right. The spider looked like crap in the second part. And a lot of things looked like crap in the second part of the miniseries. The first part of the miniseries they were able to do easily. But the second part was a lot harder. And that's why it sucked. But now, this movie, on the other hand, this is Andy Muschietti doing it. He's adding his own style. And he's doing it a little bit differently like he did the first one. Yeah, I'm a little bit hyped. No shit. I mean, the trailer got me hyped. But my point is, yeah. I'm super hyped for this sequel. I'm going to go on a limb and say this is going to be one of the great, not only one of the great sequels ever made, probably the greatest horror sequel ever made. I might go on a limb and say that. And might be that's the thing. This might be the only other year I've given two movies 10 out of 10 was 2010. And that was, I'll tell you, I'm gonna reveal the 10 out of 10 club, but I'll tell you one of them is Social Network. Social Network got a 10 out of 10 for me, and so did Toy Story 3. Both of those films I think are masterpieces. But this could be the second year to do that. I mean, there's only one other year that had two 10 out of 10 films for me, and that's 2010. So this could be it. It Chapter 2 could get a 10 out of 10. I mean, geez. I know the trailer wasn't as good, the first two parts, but that third part of the trailer just got me more hyped than I've ever been. Like, that third part of the trailer just gets me hyped every time. I can't believe it. Honestly. That part where he's flying on the balloons and the blood... I mean, what is Andy Muschietti doing with this? This is crazy. Like, what the heck? I mean, I don't know, man. Hands down, this movie's gonna make history. I don't know. Like, this year's making history. If Avengers Endgame beats Avatar, if Detective Pikachu beats Warcraft, if this gets $1 billion, and if what was the fourth one? There's a fourth thing. I don't know. There's a fourth thing. Lion King beats Frozen. Well, I already know that's gonna happen. That's guaranteed, right? But my point is, guys, It Chapter 2 is going to be a legendary horror film. Unlike the Lakes we've never seen. I don't think you guys realize that. This is Andy Muschietti. Now that he knows he has a fan base, he is going to go all out. He wasn't even going all out that first movie, believe it or not. He was just doing what he loved. Now he's got some fans. He's going to make sure we are impressed. That's what the Russo brothers did with Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Once they got the fans from Civil War and from Winter Soldier, they went all out for those last two movies. They were not playing around. So that's what Andy Muschietti's going to do with the sequel. He's going to be like the Russo brothers. He's going to blow our damn minds, okay? I'm just saying. But, I mean, bro, can you imagine that spider, but with 3D, high-budget CGI? That's going to be insane. I don't know. If they actually do the spider scene in this with modern technology, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I don't know. That alone's going to get a 10 out of 10. I don't know. This whole movie's going to be amazing. I don't know what could be bad about it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overhyping the movie, but... this movie's going to make history regardless, so... Anyway, I just wanted to go on a rant about It Chapter 2 because I'm really hyped about it, and I wanted to talk about it. So, and I haven't talked to you guys like this in a while. Usually I make goofy videos, usually I make something else, but, I wanted to do something different this time. Speaking of which, yes, the Love That Chicken from Popeyes 3 trailer did come out. I'm going to write the script, and I will be shooting it later this month. I will start shooting it. It will be shot from July to August, and I'm going to get it out by September. It's going to be a 5 to 15 minute long short film, if y'all are wondering. I will post it. And I'm hoping it gets a lot of views, because the first two have gotten an insane amount of views. Not as much as all Dennis scenes, which, by the way, that video broke 20,000 views a couple days ago. I can't believe it. That blew my mind. Like, whoa. That's the first time my video's ever done that before, but, you know. Anyway, thank you all for watching, loyal fans and subscribers of the Tatumeister Squad. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Tatumeister signing out. Bye-bye. Whoop-you.